My beloved child. A quiet shift has been happening around you, unseen yet deeply felt, like footsteps echoing in a hallway before the door ever opens. Energies have been rearranging themselves, conversations have taken place without your name being spoken aloud, and intentions have been wrapped in polite smiles. What you are about to read is not fear, not accusation, but awareness rising like light before dawn. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says remain steady, for what is unfolding is not meant to destroy you but to reveal your strength in the face of quiet opposition. Someone nearby has been constructing a plan built on half-truths and strategic silence, hoping to shift you out of a place you have earned through resilience and integrity. This message comes as a shield, not a warning of doom, but a reminder that nothing formed in secrecy can stand against clarity and inner authority. This situation did not begin suddenly, and it was not born from your failure, but from someone else's discomfort with your presence and growth. You have been occupying space with authenticity, and that light has exposed insecurity in others who prefer control over harmony. Pause here, take this in slowly, and ground yourself in calm strength. Speech balloon comment below with "I stand protected" to anchor this energy. The plan being formed relies on manipulation rather than truth, and on influence rather than merit. Words may be twisted, narratives carefully shaped, and circumstances made to look different from what they truly are. Yet even as this unfolds, you are being guided to remain observant rather than reactive, grounded rather than defensive. My beloved child. You may notice subtle changes in tone, distance where warmth once existed, or sudden rules that seem to appear without reason. These are not coincidences, but they are also not final outcomes. Awareness is your greatest ally now, and composure is your quiet power. Sparkles, if this resonates, leave a comment saying, "I choose clarity." My beloved child. Your presence has stirred something powerful, because you carry a standard that cannot be easily dismissed. Integrity unsettles those who rely on shortcuts, and consistency challenges those who thrive in chaos. The attempt to push you out is less about you, and more about what you represent. Even so, you are not being asked to confront or expose, but to strengthen your position through calm excellence. Continue doing what you do with focus and precision, allowing actions to speak louder than any hidden agenda. Your steadiness is already disrupting the plan in ways you may not yet see. Herb type, I remain grounded, to align with this protection. The unseen support around you is already active, aligning circumstances to prevent unjust outcomes. Delays will arise where quick decisions were expected, and confusion will surface among those trying to orchestrate control. This is not accidental, it is balance restoring itself quietly. Amen. 333. As days move forward, you may feel moments of doubt attempting to cloud your confidence, but these are passing shadows, not truths. Return to what you know about yourself, the work you have done, and the value you bring. No scheme can erase what has been built with sincerity and effort. My beloved child. There is wisdom in staying neutral in expression while remaining strong in presence. Silence, when chosen intentionally, becomes a mirror that reflects others' intentions back onto them. You are not required to explain yourself to those committed to misunderstanding. Speech balloon comment, I trust my path, to seal this message. The individual behind this plan believes control will bring security, yet control born from fear always collapses. Their actions are driven by a desire to preserve power rather than cultivate fairness. You are simply standing where truth cannot be ignored, and that has triggered their discomfort. Do not internalize what does not belong to you. This is not your burden, nor is it your battle to fight loudly. Continue moving with dignity, knowing that timing and truth are aligning in your favor. Glowing star right, I walk in integrity. If you feel this deeply, you may soon witness a shift where support appears unexpectedly, or where someone speaks up in subtle but meaningful ways. These moments are signs that the larger picture is correcting itself. What was meant to unsettle you will instead reveal who stands on solid ground. Amen. 444. Stay attentive to documentation, communication, and boundaries, not from fear but from wisdom. Clarity protects, and preparedness empowers without aggression. You are being guided to secure your position through awareness and calm consistency. There is no need to rush, panic, or overextend yourself. Stability is built in stillness, and your composed energy is already changing the narrative. Trust that what is meant to remain will remain. Speech balloon type, I am secure, to affirm this truth. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says you are shielded not because you fight, but because you stand firm in who you are. Forces of disruption cannot penetrate a spirit anchored in truth and patience. What is unfolding is a test of alignment, and you are passing it with grace. Even if temporary discomfort arises, it will not lead to loss, but to elevation and clarity. The attempt to remove you will instead reposition you in a way that strengthens your foundation. Remain present, remain focused, remain calm. Rainbow comment, I am protected, to stay aligned. There is a higher order at work, one that ensures fairness without chaos. What is hidden will surface gently, and what is forced will lose momentum. You are not alone in this moment, even when it feels quiet. Amen. 555. In the coming phase, confidence will return stronger than before, not loud, but unshakable. You will recognize how much you have grown through this, and how little power fear truly holds over you. This experience is refining your discernment and reinforcing your inner authority. Allow yourself to breathe through this period, trusting that stability is not being taken from you, but reinforced. What is meant for you is secured beyond manipulation. Speech balloon right, I trust divine order. If this resonates. One final reminder rests here, not as pressure, but as appreciation. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $20. This message carries strength, not fear, awareness, not panic, and clarity, not confusion. You are standing exactly where you are meant to be, and nothing built on secrecy can move what is anchored in truth. Amen. 777. Sparkle. Stay steady. Stay aware. Stay protected. The air around you is shifting again, softer now, yet charged with movement that cannot be stopped. What was once hidden has begun to lose its shape, like mist thinning under steady light. This continuation carries depth, reassurance, and the calm certainty that nothing meant to displace you will succeed. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says remain composed, because the very structure built to remove you has started to weaken from within. Those who attempted to align against you are no longer as united as they once believed themselves to be. Doubt has entered their circle, not because of confrontation, but because truth naturally disrupts false agreements. You may sense a hesitation in the energy around you, a pause where momentum once seemed certain. This pause is meaningful, and it is not accidental. Stability is returning to your ground quietly and firmly. Speech balloon comment, I remain unshaken, to anchor this energy. The more you stay centered, the more imbalance reveals itself among those acting with hidden motives. Small inconsistencies begin to surface, stories no longer align, and intentions grow heavy to carry. This is how false plans collapse, not with noise, but with internal strain. You are not required to prove anything during this phase. Presence alone is enough, because authenticity does not need defense. Continue moving forward with the same rhythm you always have. Herb type, I walk steady, if this resonates. There is a reason you were guided to remain patient rather than reactive. Patience has allowed others to expose themselves through their own actions, without your involvement. What was meant to quietly remove you has instead illuminated your reliability and calm leadership. This reversal is subtle but powerful. Influence is shifting in your favor without announcement. Trust this unfolding. Sparkles right, I trust the process, to align. The pressure you once felt pressing against you is loosening, replaced by clarity and quiet validation. People are beginning to notice what you contribute consistently, without drama or disruption. Recognition grows naturally where effort has been sincere. Amen. 888. My beloved child. As this stage continues, your intuition becomes sharper, guiding you toward the right responses and the right silences. You will know when to speak and when to observe, without forcing either. This discernment is your protection now. You are being repositioned, not removed. The attempt to displace you has instead highlighted your importance and stability. This is how alignment corrects itself. Speech balloon comment, I am aligned, to seal this truth. Those who initiated this plan are now facing the weight of their own intentions. Maintaining deception requires constant effort, and that effort is draining them. Meanwhile, your calm presence remains effortless and grounded. Energy always favors what is sustainable. You are sustainable because you are real. This difference is becoming undeniable. Glowing star type, I stand in truth, if you feel this. Support is forming quietly around you, not in dramatic gestures, but in consistent backing and unspoken trust. You may notice people listening more closely to you now. This is not coincidence, it is correction. You are no longer standing alone, even if the support feels subtle. Subtle strength lasts longer than loud alliances. Amen. 999. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says do not underestimate how protected you truly are at this stage. What could have harmed you has already lost its authority. The path ahead is stabilizing beneath your feet. Confidence returns not as arrogance, but as calm certainty. You no longer need to anticipate danger, because awareness has replaced fear. This is growth unfolding. Speech balloon right, I am secure, to affirm. The environment around you is adjusting to your steadiness. Rules, expectations, and perceptions are shifting back into balance. Those who tried to manipulate outcomes now face limitations they did not expect. This is not punishment, but natural consequence. Alignment always restores order without force. You are witnessing that restoration now. Rainbow comment, I witness balance, if this resonates. Your future position is being strengthened through this experience. What you are learning now will serve you far beyond this moment. Discernment, patience, and composure are becoming permanent traits. Nothing has been wasted. Even the tension served a purpose in refining your inner authority. You are emerging steadier than before. Amen. 111. As time moves forward, you will look back and recognize this period as a turning point. What once felt like threat will be seen as confirmation of your impact. Influence always attracts attention, both positive and negative. You handled this with restraint and dignity. That restraint is what preserved your position. That dignity is what elevated your standing. Speech balloon type, I rise calmly, to align. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says remain open to peace as it settles back into your space. You are not being pushed out, you are being anchored deeper. What belongs to you cannot be taken through deception. Let this message rest within you. You are protected, positioned, and guided forward with clarity. Amen. 222. The silence around you now carries a different weight, not the tension of uncertainty, but the calm of something resolved beneath the surface. What once felt unstable has begun to settle into firm ground, and the energy that tried to shake you has lost its direction. This part arrives gently, yet with authority, confirming that the chapter of disruption is closing. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says the ground beneath you is no longer shifting, because truth has taken root where manipulation once attempted to grow. What was arranged against you has reached its limit, unable to move further without exposing itself fully. You are standing in a place of quiet victory, even if no announcement has been made. There is relief entering your spirit now, subtle but real, replacing vigilance with steady confidence. This relief is not accidental, it is earned through patience and composure. Let it settle without questioning it. Speech balloon comment, I stand firm, to anchor this stability. You may notice that conversations around you have changed, becoming more neutral, more careful, more respectful. This is a sign that influence has shifted back toward balance. Those who once spoke with certainty now measure their words, aware that outcomes are no longer under their control. You did not have to raise your voice to reach this point. Your consistency spoke clearly enough. Stability always outlasts strategy built on fear. Herb type, I remain steady, if this resonates. What tried to pressure you into self-doubt has instead strengthened your self-awareness. You now see dynamics more clearly, without emotional charge clouding your perception. This clarity will remain with you long after this moment passes. You are no longer reacting, you are responding with intention. That difference has changed everything. Calm authority carries weight. Sparkles right, I choose clarity, to align. The environment itself is adjusting to your presence again, restoring rhythm where disruption attempted to interfere. Opportunities to reaffirm your role appear naturally, without effort or force. This is alignment confirming itself. Amen. 333. As this resolution continues, you may feel a renewed sense of purpose, not dramatic, but deeply rooted. Confidence now comes from knowing rather than hoping. You are aware of your value without needing validation. This awareness protects you moving forward. Situations that once felt threatening will now feel manageable. Growth has occurred quietly but powerfully. Speech balloon comment: I know my worth, to seal this truth. Those who once believed they could influence outcomes without consequence are now facing stillness. Stillness requires reflection, and reflection reveals truth. This is where false confidence fades. You are not watching this unfold with satisfaction, but with neutrality. Neutrality is a sign of emotional mastery. You have risen above the need to prove or confront. Glowing star type: I rise above. If you feel this, support around you feels more genuine now, less performative, more consistent. This is the kind of support that lasts. It does not demand attention, but it offers stability. You are being recognized for who you are, not who others tried to portray you as. That recognition carries quiet authority. Amen. 444. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says your protection now extends beyond this situation into future paths. What you learned here has sharpened your discernment and strengthened your inner resolve. You will recognize misalignment sooner and respond with calm precision. This experience has expanded your awareness without hardening your heart. You remain open, yet grounded. This balance is rare and powerful. Speech balloon right: I am protected, to affirm. There is no need to revisit what almost happened. The lesson has been integrated, and the energy has shifted forward. Dwelling is unnecessary when alignment has been restored. You are stepping into a phase where your presence feels secure again. This security is internal first, external second. Internal security cannot be removed. Rainbow comment: I move forward calmly. If this resonates, what remains now is peace settling back into your routine. Normalcy returns, but with deeper confidence than before. You are not the same person you were at the beginning of this experience. Strength has been added quietly. Awareness has been refined. You are better prepared for what comes next. Amen. 555. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says let this chapter close without fear or resentment. You were never meant to be displaced, only refined. What belongs to you has been secured through patience and truth. Carry this knowing forward. You are anchored, guided, and steady, and nothing built on secrecy can move what stands in clarity. The atmosphere around you now feels settled, not because everything has been spoken, but because everything has been understood. What once required vigilance now asks only for presence, and what once demanded effort now flows naturally. This part arrives with reassurance, confirming that stability has become your new normal. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says you are now standing in calm authority, a position earned through restraint, awareness, and inner strength. Nothing external is needed to validate this position, because it is anchored within you. The space you occupy recognizes your steadiness and adjusts itself accordingly. There is no urgency pulling at you anymore. Decisions come with clarity rather than pressure. This is a sign that balance has fully returned. Speech balloon comment: I walk in calm authority, to anchor this energy. You may notice that situations which once felt unpredictable now resolve themselves with minimal effort. This is not coincidence, but alignment responding to your grounded state. When inner stability is established, external harmony follows. You are no longer managing disruption. You are maintaining rhythm. This distinction marks a higher level of control without force. Herb type, I remain composed, if this resonates. The lessons gained during the earlier phases are now integrated into your daily awareness. You observe without absorbing unnecessary tension. You respond without carrying emotional weight. This mastery allows you to move forward without looking back. The past no longer pulls at your attention. Growth has been completed at this level. Sparkles right, I am centered, to align. Your environment reflects your steadiness, offering cooperation where resistance once appeared. Interactions feel smoother, and expectations are clearer. This is restoration in action. Amen. 666. As time progresses, confidence expresses itself quietly through consistency rather than assertion. You do not need to remind anyone of your place, because your presence naturally reinforces it. Stability has become self-sustaining. There is peace in this phase, not the absence of challenge, but the absence of fear. You trust yourself fully now. That trust is unshakable. Speech balloon comment, I trust myself to seal this truth. Those who once observed you with uncertainty now recognize your reliability. Respect forms not from persuasion, but from demonstrated steadiness over time. This respect is durable and sincere. You did not rush this process. You allowed it to unfold naturally. That patience preserved your integrity. Glowing star type, I stand reliable, if you feel this. Support remains present without being intrusive. It surrounds you quietly, reinforcing your position without demanding attention. This is the most effective kind of support. You are not carried by it, but complemented by it. Strength remains yours, fully owned. Amen. 777. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says this phase marks a return to forward momentum with deeper awareness. You move ahead not guarded, but informed. What once required caution now requires confidence. You recognize subtle dynamics without becoming entangled in them. Discernment has become second nature. This protects you effortlessly. Speech balloon right, I move with awareness, to affirm. Your focus naturally shifts toward creation rather than defense. Energy once spent monitoring now fuels progress. This redirection opens new paths without strain. You are no longer defined by what almost happened. You are defined by how calmly you continued. That calm has reshaped your trajectory. Rainbow comment, I create my path, if this resonates. Normalcy returns, but it feels upgraded, more intentional, more aligned. You choose where your energy goes with ease. Boundaries are clear without being rigid. This balance supports longevity and peace. It is sustainable and strong. Amen. 888. As this chapter settles fully, gratitude replaces vigilance, not directed outward, but inward. You recognize your own growth and honor it silently. This recognition strengthens self-respect. You are prepared for future challenges, not because you expect them, but because you trust your response. Confidence now lives in your presence. Speech balloon type, I honor my growth, to align. My beloved child, Archangel Michael says you have moved from protection into embodiment of strength. What surrounds you now reflects what you have become within. Stability is no longer temporary, it is established. Carry this forward gently. You are steady, respected, and aligned, and the ground beneath you remains firm. Type Amen to get blessings 999.